Welcome back to After the Whistle. Phil Bonatti here with a reoccurring guest, Myron Schulz from BSC, Athletic Director. I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to have you. And a lot has changed really over the last time I had you in the studio here. And I got to ask, just how are things going? Obviously going into a winter season, a pretty busy season. Schedule's ever changing with the basketball team, but things are going high speed at the winter time now.
Yes, things are full speed. We got basketball's mid-season already, and we'll have a big game on Monday night against United Tribes up at the Armory, so come on up. And then track and field's already had an indoor meet yesterday against at the University of Mary Open. We'll be going to the NDSU alumni meet next weekend, and the other teams are all in working hard, and so it's full speed ahead right now, and we're even starting to think about spring games and lining that stuff up. We've got to stay ahead and get officials lined up and umpires and all those things.
Certainly, we're already seeing some signings over the past week with your team. Some exciting movement there, obviously. But obviously the big news coming out of BSC has been the approval of this new facility, and I wanted to bring you in to ask about that. Obviously, the student body approving that with a student body vote, and there's a lot of excitement and anticipation about a new facility coming to BSC.
Oh yes, it's amazing. It's a big donor. Thank you to the Bavendick family, and also been a bunch of people involved, and the student body, the resounding vote to say they wanted to have it. And then we got one more hurdle to go through with the State Board of Higher Education, and hopefully that happens this week. And then hopefully we can break ground this summer. And it's it's just huge for us. It's the Armory, we love it. I played there. It's it's an old National Guard headquarters. We loved it. We made it our home, but it had some limits. And as we move forward, this new facility just brings so much to the table for us, and it's going to be a lifeblood and a re-energizer of the whole athletic program.
Yeah, the renderings are pretty incredible for what we've seen so far. Describe to me the concept of what you were kind of hoping for with this potential facility, and what it's looking like as far as an upgrade to the Armory.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. We view it as a regional, where we could maybe even have like a Class B region basketball game there, or have tournaments and have big camps, and where the whole region can use the facility. But obviously for a basketball, volleyball, wrestling venue, it's going to be state of the art. It's we've been talking with the architects, and they're amazing. They've done some major sports venues through the nation, and the detail they're putting in is just fun to see. And then you just put our weight room in there, and our the new wrestling room in there, and all those things. It's going to be a state-of-the-art training and games facility.
Another big addition to this athletic department has been the wrestling program. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit more time before we see them in action, but you have a coach now in place. And tell me about what Coach Schumacher is bringing to this program, and what has been really exciting seeing how this has developed now that you have a man in place for that.
Well, it's really been fun to talk to all the alumni and just see the history of BSC wrestling. And Brock Lesnar jumps out at you, but even Jeff Schumacher and the national champions we've had, and it's just amazing. And then Jeff Schumacher, was a wrestling coach at UND. He's BSC legend as a coach and an athlete. He trained under Dan Gable. He's legendary at Bismarck High School. It's just going to be really fun to see him launch this. And we're in the stages of, we're buying wrestling mats right now. We're setting the schedule and trying to line up some home duels right now. And the main thing is, I tell him every day, is recruit. And he's out there recruiting right now. I
know the last time I had you on, you kind of hinted at the possibility of wrestling coming back. Now I have to ask the question again. What is potentially on the future horizon now that you could maybe hint to us about BSC coming up?
I think with a new facility, and I think a lot of things could start to happen. I mean, one thing that's been jostled around a little bit, that's more in the idea, maybe stages, even something like rodeo. We used to have rodeo before in our as a club sport at our school for many years. And I've always thought the West starts on Missouri River, Mandan, North Dakota, and you see things with Palkey Arena and what's going on that, would that fit into our future plans? But I look at all kinds of crazy things. One of the things I'd like to see us get is one of the emerging sports is women's flag football. Would that ever be a sport that we could get up here and get launched? So, we're always exploring what could be a good fit, and we're also looking at what the community wants, what's popular around here, because we need to go recruit athletes from the community to participate. So what they're doing and what's happening here becomes, and what's important to them is a role we want to fill for them.
Well, certainly a lot of fun things to look forward to, Myron. I always appreciate you coming in and sharing a little insight on BSC. Thanks for being on the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having us.